goodbye.
Okay. Nice talking with you.
Okay, everybody, welcome to my channel. Boomslang here with another installment of Mail Call. And it's late. It's around midnight here on the East Coast. And yeah, I was just kind of watching Matt Antonelli do finishing up on his live stream. If you guys don't know who he is, go check him out. He's former ball player, played in the major leagues for a couple years with several teams, and I think he played like 8 years total. So he does. Right now, he's doing some video gaming with MLB The Show 19, and it's pretty good stuff. It's got its funny parts. It's a nice show. I enjoy watching it. I tuned in tonight in one of his live streams, and I actually got an address so I can mail out a card to him. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a TTM to him, and then I'll do a video on the return that he sends back. So without any further ado, um, let's get to ripping. He did ask me. He did ask me if I had any cards of his, and I'm like, geez, Matt, I don't know. I never come across one that I can honestly say that I remember seeing. And even the name Antonelli, there are other professional ball players with the same last name. And I tried asking him that question, but he was just swamped with questions tonight. Um, and so he didn't see my question as it went by. But anyway, um, so yeah, we're just gonna open up these packs real quick, and that'll be it. I gotta head off to bed. Overslept last, no, overslept this morning, so I was late for work. So I don't want to do that 2 days in a row. So here we go. Um, Ripping open some of these 1991 score or baseball series 2 pink wrappers, and it says right there. I can hold it right. Mickey Mantle cards. So we're looking for the Mantle autographs. The odds are extremely loaded against us, stacked against us. The deck is, and yeah, I really don't. I would be shocked if we were to pull one. So there you go. But if you guys have tuned into this channel before, you know that when I play, you get 5 strikes. So that's only strike 1. Andre Dawson, there's a Hall of Famer. There's Junior. There's Brett. I got Donnie Baseball. So it's a nice pack here. So yeah, Matt even said he'd like to do a collaboration on me if I were to do something about his baseball card and stuff like that. So that would be cool to collaborate with him on something. He is based out of Massachusetts, and I'm in New Jersey. So it'd have to be over the phone or through some kind of voice chat thing or whatever, or just texting in live streams, I guess. There's a BGO. By the way, was it Gavin Biggio hit for the cycle tonight? Mickey Henderson. There's Eric Jabb's favorite ball player, Andy Van Slyke. And strike 3. We still have 2 more shots today to see if we can score us a Mantle. Will Clark. Aaron Holbert. Never heard of him. There's Roger Clemens, the Rocket. Okay, that's 4 down and 1 to go. So it's probably safe to say we're not going to get the mantle, but you know, part of the fun is, I guess, the hunt, right? Viola, another Clemens, Kevin Torvey, and that's strike 5, guys. So that's it. Um, just going to be a short video today. I appreciate everyone who tuned in and watched. Um, I can't see. I can just see there's a couple of you here in the chat, but yeah, don't want to be up really, really late. That's for sure, because I have to get up in well, it's just after it's 10 after, and I got to get up at 4:30. So I got 4.5 hours to rest up. So I can answer a few quick questions or whatever you guys want to talk about real quick. But probably within the next 20 minutes, I probably want to wrap this up. So who's here with me, by the way? Anybody? I know I can see you're here. So, all right, John, new subscriber, John. Yes, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Where are you located, John? What state? JP's baseball journey. Just checking it out. Okay, okay. Louisiana. Okay, nice. Is it warm down there? Gets kind of nice and cool at night now up here in New Jersey. JP, where you located? Brutally hot. Nice. Yeah, I could do with a little. It's brutally hot. That's for sure. It gets brutally hot up here in Jersey, but that's Arizona. It's a dry heat. I know. I know. It's still hot. It doesn't matter. I lived in Las Vegas for like almost 10 years, so I know about the dry heat. Oh, it's hot, but it's a dry heat. I've been down that road with people. It's still hot. It's 100 degrees. It's 100 degrees. It's still hot. It's still the same temperature. It's 100 degrees. Well, that's cool. So anyway, welcome to the channel, guys. Yeah, it's been really nice and cool. Only 100. Yeah, it's been nice and cool here. I have to admit that at night. Sleeping with the windows open, nice and cool breeze coming in. Um, but thanks for tuning in, guys. Check out my videos. I have other videos posted. If you're interested, obviously, I have a 750 subscriber video that's posted. It's about a week back, so maybe 8 videos back. The title, I believe, is 750 subscriber giveaway, and it's a um, huge box of stuff, cards, some Beckett magazines and stuff like that. Stuff that people in this hobby, if you guys aren't really familiar with the hobby, I know you do baseball and all that good stuff, obviously, but you may not actually know anything about the collecting or anything like that. You may have never collected or haven't collected in a long time, since you were kids. I was in that same boat. I didn't. I collected for years and years. I collected during the 70s and about halfway through the 80s, and then I stopped collecting because it's yeah. Well, it seems very slow. And when I get done here, guys, and this post, I'll go back and I'll make sure. I know I'm sub to you, John, and JP. I'll check and make sure that I'm sub to you as well. It stinks because so many times I get to the point where um, they won't let me subscribe anymore to anyone because the number of subscribers, you know, exceeds what you're allowed per the number of subscriptions you have. It's kind of weird, but Okay, John, you just got back into buying packs. Well, I don't know if you're familiar with. There are other YouTubers out there, and one of the bigger ones is Eric Jabs. He's got like 42,000 plus subscribers, followers, whatever, and he does a lot of nice stuff, good videos. His brother John Jabs. So uh, Eric Jabs, his channel is the Jabs Family, or not just Jabs Family. And John, his brother, does The Past is Alive. So he does card collecting and like older toys that you guys had when you were little, um, toys that I bought for my kids when they were little and stuff like that, Ninja Turtle stuff, Power Rangers, whatever, board games, stuff like that. Where I just focus on okay, you watch the jab, so you know what I'm talking about then. Um, I just do flea market videos and stuff like that. My last video I posted was just Monday night after work. I went to a guy's house and bought 40, ended up being 42 boxes of cards off of him, meaning 5,000 count boxes, not little box, not like 36 packs of cards. These ended up being like 210,000 cards. Um, so and with that purchase, it put me at around 1.8 million cards. And I'm at the point where I'm gonna have to empty out the garage and put a shed up in the back and move everything from the garage into the shed and move all the cards into the garage and set up maybe a little studio there and do all my stuff from the garage. But um, so I went on eBay tonight after being on Matt Antonelli, watching Matt's live stream, and I bid on one of his cards that was up for sale. So I'm hoping to get it because he asked me if I had any of his, and I'm like, geez, to be honest, I'd never come across one. Okay, yeah, I know. But wintertime up here, like Jabs live over in PA, they have some indoor ones. Even the one nice one they have is shutting down. Um, Me, I live in South Jersey, so they shut down during the winter. And the indoor ones, they don't have card vendors and stuff like that in them. I rely solely on the outdoor guys who set up, on the weekends and do it that way. So um, I make contacts, and I mention this a lot in my videos through Facebook Marketplace. That's how I got this last purchase of 210,000 cards was through Facebook Marketplace. The guy advertised it. He said he at one point he said he had an offer of $600, and I made a third and final offer of $400, and the $600 offer didn't go through, and you know I kind of had a hunch it wasn't going to go through, so I got it for $400. The purchase before that, I bought 45,000 cards from another guy named Art. I buy single autograph cards from another guy named Rand. Um, you know, and then I bought over a 300,000 card collection off of another guy at the beginning of the summer, maybe in the springtime. It was so massive, and I have a video up about that where I had to fill my Jeep to the top. It's a four-door Jeep. Seats were down. I filled it right up to the canvas top. I filled the passenger seat up with boxes, and then I had to fill my wife's Kia Sportage up, and her passenger seat filled up to the top of the roof. That's how much stuff I had from that one guy. Now I paid $1,800 for that one, but these other ones, the other $250,000 lot purchase, I paid 750 for. Art, I buy smaller lots anywhere between 100,000 and the last one was like 42,000 cards. That was $75. Um, so But this last purchase I made is gonna go. It's gonna go uh, in the garage, and it's gonna be used as filler stuff for the winter because I won't have flea markets. I just started doing this baseball videos, um, maybe a year ago, if that. I mean, um, just kind of goofing around. I mean, I started out with 20 subscribers um, when I started doing these 2 years ago. Even I only had 20 subscribers, and that was mostly family, coworkers, stuff like that. I did gaming. I did all kinds of stuff. I have some. I'm retired Air Force. I have some military stuff posted where I was flying around an in-flight refueler. How did I build it? Um, well, you just got to find your audience. You got to find out what people like. I went the gaming route first, and I've got some followers through that, but not a whole lot because so you got to find um, your little niche, your little, and even in this arena that I'm in now, you got Eric Jabs, who is like the heavy hitter, you know. So you're competing against him for his audience, and I started doing that. I've been doing some live videos while he was doing his stuff, just to see how it works out. It doesn't work out good for me, but it is what it is. You're still drawing people who don't like Eric. They just don't like maybe what he represents or whatnot. I don't know. I tend to enjoy watching him too. His last video with the auction was very chaotic though, so he needs to tweak that a little bit, I think, and he will. He'll get it ironed out, and just got to be patient. And obviously, you have to enjoy what you do. That's important. You have to enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, it becomes a second job. And if you have one job, who wants to do another job? You have to like it. We would all love to have a job. Like I'd love to do this, retire and be able to do this. I'm 60 years old, so I'm close to retiring anyway. So I'm kind of doing that. I'm kind of trying to build that now so that when I do retire, I have something to do every day besides go fishing or whatnot. I can come home and in the evening and sit down and just do this, Um, because I don't mind. I mean, like sharing my collection with people. Eventually, because I have all these cards, I'm working on a Patreon thing where I'm very close to having it up. I just finished tweaking it again tonight, um, and so that'll be coming up soon on my channel. And since the jabs are turning away from the Friends Mail Friday, the Fan Mail Fridays, whatever you want to call them, I'm gonna try to do a mail call Monday since my channel is like it's I'm just boom slang. I'm the host. My channel is actually mail call, and that's usually in almost all of my titles. Mail call. I used to have a lot of mail. I used to do a lot of TTM, a lot of eBay stuff, and I've gotten away a little bit from that, and just gone into like flea markets and my purchases that I make, telling people, how to use their different resources. Facebook Marketplace is a good resource for finding people selling stuff in your area because it gives you a 100-mile radius. You set that radius up, and if you're willing to drive 100 miles, I've driven a ways. Now this past weekend, I went to the Philly Card Show out in Valley Forge Casino, and it's surprising. It was. I mean, I've been there before, and it's kind of close. It was less than an hour from my house, and I had my little spy glasses, um, little spy glasses there. I took them with me. I had my phone. Um, we got some footage on my phone. I thought I had my glasses turned on. I went up to Pete Rose. I'm talking to him, right, waiting for him to sign my autograph. Oh yeah, those bids were nuts last night. I'm like, man, I need to start that live auction crap on my channel because he's getting crazy numbers like for some of those cards. People are just like I don't know why they're just bidding out of their heads. It's ridiculous. Some of those them bids. Personally, I would never pay that much for a card. And a lot of the not, I mean, probably 50% of those cards I had anyway. Um, so, um, but so I went up to Pete Rose and I had a thing. I wanted to get him interviewed for my channel a little bit. I just had one question for him. Could have swore I had my glasses turned on. Walked up, handed him my card. This 1972 tops, and there's a certificate that goes with it. I handed it to Pete, and then you see that little sticker they put on the back. I got it certified for $8 right there. After I got it signed, I walked over to the other table and they certified it. But anyway, um, asked him his question. I said, Pete, when you were young, did you collect cards? And if you did, who was like your favorite player? You know, the guy that you really like that card of this guy. And he looked up at me. He stopped signing. He looks up at me. He says, "We don't have cards. I couldn't. We couldn't afford cards. You know." He said, "But my best baseball player was blah 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 blah." And it's a guy I never heard of because I can't remember the name. But I'm like, all right, I don't have to remember that name. I got it recorded. It's recorded. It's on my camera. It's on film. I got this. Well, I get home, I plug in my camera, and I go to download the files, and nothing, not one thing was recorded the whole day. Like that can the phone, I'm sorry, the glasses uh, records in 5 minute clips, and it lasts for an hour. You know, that's how long it takes. The battery lasts longer in them, but it only holds a 32 gig, um, SD card. So, um, the if you guys are interested. So here's the power switches. One turns it on, one turns it off. Right? You see the lights will light up. Oh, I got to turn it on first. See the blue light flashing, and then I hit it again, hold it for like 10 seconds, and now it's recording, right? And the camera is right here. So you have to pull them down over the bridge of your nose a little bit. You kind of look geeky. Um, and then to turn it off, you just push this again, and it's supposed to go off. There you go. And the SD card is in the arm right here. So goofy to get out, but sometimes you got to use tweezers to get it out. I have extra ones. I didn't take one with me because I didn't plan. I didn't think I would need one. I just want to get Pete Rose. I was going to use my phone for recording everything else. So there's the card. See, that's card number 3. I numbered them so I know which one is which when I go to download. Well, then you plug it into your PC right here or your laptop. Plug it in, download. Easy peasy. Well, nothing. Uh, I don't know. I must have pushed the wrong button. And so that's it. I didn't get Jack Pete Rose. Got to shake his hand. Um, who was there at the same time? He was there signing. Joe Morgan was there. Tony Perez were there. All three of them. Like Big Red Machine reunion, except Philly style, because they all ended up playing for the Phillies at the same time too, towards the end of their careers. And Pete Rose had the longest line. The other guys were done way before Pete. And you know, I got still photos. I can. I think there's now a new option on YouTube where you can post still photos, so I might do that. Figure that out and put the stills up that I have with Pete. But you know, it stinks. I have no other footage of him. I got some footage of the show. By the way, I only spent $160 at the show because I had in the back of my mind that that lot may still be available, and that my offer to them was $400. So I wanted to make sure I had the money. And sure enough, it came through. They messaged me uh, Sunday night and asked if I can come pick it up tomorrow, which would have been Monday. I'm like, yeah, I work 9 miles from this guy's house, it turns out. And I just drove over right after work. Well, he didn't want to be on film, so I didn't get to film him, but I got, you guys seen the video, the footage of the Jeep parts loading, and then I'm driving down the road. I'm like, oh, I should get a picture. And, trying to drive and finagle my phone. It wouldn't let me flip the camera. Once I turned the record on, I couldn't flip it around, so I had to just figure out and turn the whole phone, and then I couldn't see where I was aiming it. And then when I got home, I did it again anyway. But that's that. 72 set. I That's the first set I started recording, collecting, John. I started in 1972 hardcore. I did a little bit before that, but 1972 was the year for me. And I went all the way up until like the mid, or just past the mid 80s. Um, and it got started getting hard because I joined the Air Force in '81, and I spent 3 years in Germany, and there was nothing. I had to you know wait a couple years until I got back home, collected a little bit more, and then I had a family. I just started my family, and so other things took precedent. As a matter of fact, um, hey Don, how's it going out there on the West Coast? Um, hey Sports Card Junkie, how's it going? And so I actually ended up, I've only ever sold a couple of cards out of my collection ever, and it happened to be because I needed money. I was in the military. I wasn't making any money whatsoever. I was making a whopping $501 a month, and Donald can testify to that. The pay was not good back in those days. And so I sold two Wayne Gretzky rookie cards to a card shop. I got $600 each for them. And he also bought, he cherry picked out of